Mental Health Monday
on Radio City Talk
with Mick Coyle.
Tackling the stigma.
Radio City Talk.
It's this week's Mental Health Monday. My name is Mick Coyle. Welcome to the programme. It's the Monday following on from World Mental Health Day. And thank you to everybody who got involved on the programme and sent suggestions through to the programme and invited us to things for the programme for World Mental Health Day. Something we were really sort of pleased to be part of, and absolutely great that so many people were doing so many events and wanted us to be part of them too. Sorry to those that we couldn't attend. Thank you for all the invites. We'll do our best to squeeze you all in, but also remind you that every day's World Mental Health Day here at Radio City Talk, and particularly on a Monday where we focus on Mental Health Monday. So today on the programme, what we will do is we'll focus on an event which took place at the Sefton Park Palmhouse, where I was invited by the Lee Cooper Foundation to be part of their networking event. Thank you for inviting me down. It was a brilliant setup down at the Sefton Park Palmhouse. Gorgeous environment set up there as well. You'll hear from Lily Spendlove from the Lee Cooper Foundation as well. We're also going to be hearing about some of the big announcements from the day as well, including it was kind of correlated but not, but kind of was. World Homeless Day was on the same day. So we were speaking to a gentleman by the name of Eric Houghton. Now he's going to be setting out something that he was promoting on that day. And also the Choir with No Name joined me on Radio City Talk to discuss the work that they do as well. It's about homelessness, but also there's very much a strong mental health link. And we'll actually invite both Eric and the choir onto the programme, I think, in the future to discuss those matters and more. Also, there's an event taking place in Liverpool City Centre, which is going to be aimed at students who maybe struggle to interact with other students, aren't quite sure how to make themselves comfortable in a new environment. There's an event taking place in Liverpool, which is not just going to be about, shots and drink and meeting people like that. It's going to be about crafting and activities and various different things. We'll hear from Niamh Mitchell on that story too. But we start with something really quite special from our correspondent Rosanna Robins. Now, Rosanna has been invited to spend some time with a volunteer for the Shout network. Now, Shout is a text service for people in a crisis. It works by sending a message to 85258 and the person instantly gets connected to a volunteer. They're based all over the country, and just last week Prince William said he's planning to train to become one. Rosanna Robins is our correspondent on this subject, and she went out to find out what kind of difference they're making, and she sent us back this report on Mental Health Monday.
So it's Sunday evening and I'm in Nottingham to meet a volunteer for Shout, the UK's first free 24/7 text service for people in a crisis. Hi, is it Gemma?
Gemma.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
I'm
you.
Rosanna.
Hi.
There's 1,400 volunteers all around the country. They're just normal people who give up a few hours a month to be there for strangers who are feeling scared or alone.
My name is Gemma. I'm from Nottingham. I work as a solicitor and I'm 29. I've kind of had conversations with people who are suffering with anxiety, exam stress, relationship breakdown. So it really is a hugely broad range of issues that come up.
So tonight Gemma's signed up to do a 2-hour shift. We sit at her kitchen table where she's laid out her laptop and some snacks.
So basically I go onto the platform's website, I will be kind of matched with somebody that's texted in. The conversation will be a text conversation the entire time. So I've clicked the button, just waiting for someone to come through.
It only takes a couple of minutes for someone new to text in.
So I've got a person that's come through now. So I just start off by introducing myself. So the texter that I'm talking to now is feeling suicidal. In these scenarios, it's, we will want to keep people safe. That's the key.
Everything suddenly feels more urgent as this person's clearly in a bad place. But Gemma stays calm and exchanges some messages with them to try and find out more.
This person's feeling quite hopeless, not quite sure what to do, so just trying to sort of help them with that, really. Obviously, it's so sad that, people get to that point, but I just feel glad that they've been able to find Shout's number.
But then the beep that signals a new message stops.
So the text has not responded for a few minutes. Well, their last message was 5 minutes ago, so we kind of keep checking in.
While we wait to see if the texter responds, Gemma tells me a bit more about Shout, which is still in its first year.
We're seeing about 500 to 600 conversations per day. What's so good about this is that I'm not a medically trained counsellor, but because we've got the supervisors there, the volunteers can come from all different walks of life.
So do you always have a supervisor that's there so that you can flag anything up to them?
Yeah, there's literally always somebody there. So I've tried to find out more about how the texter's feeling and just to kind of reassure them that I'm there to listen to them. So this text is going to kind of seek some support. I feel like they're going to be able to stay safe, whereas if they'd not texted in, it might have gone the other way. So it kind of feels a bit calmer now. It feels really good to be able to be that person that's there for someone. You know, you don't want anyone to be going through that, but it's the reality of how things are. Suicide is one of the main causes of death for young people. It's out there, and I'd so much rather that somebody texted in. For me, it's an amazing thing to be doing on a Sunday night. Yeah.
So I've just got back in the car and I actually feel quite emotional having sat through that. I don't think I was expecting somebody to get in touch so fast saying they had suicidal thoughts. Had that person not reached out, it is quite a hard thing to think about. There are probably so many others across the country feeling exactly the same. I think it just goes to show how important it is to actually just be a listening ear. You know, she just did that from her kitchen table with a complete stranger. That's something so easy that we could all do, is just be there and listen.
That's Rosanna Robins there with that report. You can access the service by texting SHOUT to 85258. Now, some of the local services we have in Liverpool have got their own SHOUT number and SHOUT code. You can find them through both the Hub of Hope and also James's Place. 85258 is the key number. SHOUT is the word you can send there. There is a website as well to find out more information about the service, giveusashout.org. That's giveusashout.org if you want to find out more about the SHOUT network. 85258, really important number. Don't forget, if you are in an emergency situation and you need emergency help, 999 is very much still the number to call if you need to. But a real insight there from Rosanna Robins from that special report. You're with Mental Health Monday on Radio City Talk. We're marking a few days after World Mental Health Day, and I was lucky to spend a little bit of time outside of the studio. It's World Mental Health Day, so we've come down to the Sefton Park Palmer House, where the Lee Cooper Foundation have organised a networking event for loads of great organisations from across the city region to come together and have a conversation with each other about the work that they do and how they might be able to help each other out. And it's just drawing to a close, which is why things have gone quiet. But Lily Spendlove is here from the Lee Cooper Foundation. Well done for organising this, by the way.
Thank you. It means a lot that you came and gave the time out of your day to come in on such a busy day.
Hey, not a problem at all. I mean, World Mental Health Day, for a lot of people, is a good reason to talk about mental health, maybe for the first time. You guys are talking about it all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's a good reason to sort of bring it to people's attention as well. Remind us about the Lee Cooper Foundation and why you were set up.
So we were set up in April 2018 after we lost one of our friends, Lee Thornley, to suicide in the February. We officially launched in the December, but since February 2019 we've had a weekly drop-in centre, and now we're starting a monthly one in South Liverpool.
You're only young yourself, and the group's only young, but you deal with young people, and that strikes me as your great strength, that you can have those connections because you're the same age as all these people.
Yeah, definitely. We are run on the basis by young people for young people, and as soon as the young people do come to us, we do relate a lot more to them due to having similar ages, and I think we understand the same struggles that they're going through because we were in their shoes not so long ago ourselves. So there is a lot of common ground, and I think that makes it a lot easier for them to open up to us.
You guys shouldn't have to do anything really, because the systems should already be in place and the services should already be there, but you've decided to be the difference yourselves. What's it feel like when you take on a challenge like that?
It was a really hard challenge, but we have had a lot of support, and it is good to be the one supporting other people, but like you said, we shouldn't have to be the people to do it. But what I have noticed with working with loads of new different people, there's so many people who want to do good in the world, but they're not necessarily sure where to start. So I think if councils were open to taking on people's ideas and working with volunteers and giving them the training that they need, then we'd be growing as a community.
Do you take time for yourself as well? Obviously, you've experienced a terrible trauma in losing one of your friends as well, but you're trying to be a difference to so many people and help so many people from so many different backgrounds now. Do you ever have to sort of make time for yourself and think about yourself?
Yeah, we do have therapy provided for ourselves, group therapy. We get together and we just talk about whatever we want to talk about, but I do have a lot of support around me, so yeah, it's good.
What's it like as well when you organise something like this and so many people come and they cover so many different types of things, be it suicide counselling, bereavement counselling, positive mental health support, physical wellness and so on and so forth, to get them all in a room and actually find that a lot of these services complement each other?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's so much going on, but there's not much communicating between them, so it was really good to get everyone together in a room so that they can make the links between themselves and we can start becoming aware of each other and signposting our young people to each other, because there is great organisations existing about there, people just don't know about them.
You did very well to book a place like this as well. I mean, that's a confident organisation that's up and running. Sefton Park Palmhouse, we've got the twinkly lights are on and everything here, and the place is looking absolutely gorgeous. But you obviously thought, this is an important thing. We need to host it in a decent surrounding.
Yeah, definitely. And we host our monthly drop-in centre here too. So the lady who we've been working with has been really kind to offer us such a gorgeous venue.
Brilliant stuff. Did my speech go on too long? Because I noticed it was significantly longer than anyone else's.
No, it was brilliant. It's just what I wanted. Thank you very much for it.
Not a problem. Lily Spendlove from the Lee Cooper Foundation. They're up and about on social media. Have you got a website where people can go?
Yeah, if you just Google leecooperfoundation.co.uk, it should come up, and all our other social medias are on there too.
Brilliant, because if you didn't know, there's a board right behind you with all the names on, but you've got that out there, the leecooperfoundation.co.uk, with links on there to social media and emails as well. Lily, great to get you back on the programme. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Mental Health Monday on Radio City Talk with Mick Coyle.
Radio City Talk.
That was the event at the Sefton Park Palmhouse on the Thursday just gone for World Mental Health Day. We're summarising some of the events from that day and all the various things we're invited to be part of. Let's spend a little bit of time with the organiser of an event from Small Steps is the name of the group, and they've got an event coming up this coming Thursday, 1 week on from World Mental Health Day, at the Jacaranda Phase 1. This is on Seal Street in Liverpool. It's got a focus on mental well-being for students and features creative arts, live bands, DJ sets as well. And it's about, as we're about to hear from the organiser Niamh Mitchell, getting people together, maybe in a city they don't really know, with people they certainly don't know because they're just arriving from university, and coming together and making those connections. We had Niamh in the studio a little bit earlier on, who was explaining what Small Steps and this night was all about.
I've been running Small Steps myself for about just over a year now. And we always look at different social issues, stuff like that, and we bring attention to it, and we normally do it through music, art, workshops and stuff like that. So this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. So we're looking at mental health for young people and specifically students. I wanted to create a night where you don't have to come along and just drink loads and just stuff like that. I wanted it to be fun, nice way of meeting people. So we're going to be doing loads of art workshops, live music and stuff like that. So
there is a sense that sort of Freshers Fortnight is sort of get to know everybody through drinking. Mm-hmm. That's the standard impression, isn't it? And I don't know if things have changed now since the 20 years since I went to university, but that was the thing of you go out and you get drunk and you meet a football team and you meet the rugby team and you all get drunk, and you join a music club and you all get drunk. Mm-hmm. There was even a toast club when I was at university where you ate toast and all got drunk.
Sounds amazing.
Alcohol is seen as such a sort of a rite of passage at that age, isn't it?
definitely. I think I think more and more nowadays as well, there's younger people who don't drink, and I want to, definitely, obviously it's going to be in a bar anyway, but, I wanted to still for people to come along and not feel pressured in that way as well, because I think, people will come to uni and be like, oh, not really a big drinker and everything, and they'll struggle to find ways of socialising with people, and you might get a bit, ostracised, like, oh, you don't drink, oh, well, you're no fun, so, I wanted to create something a bit different.
And I guess as well, if you're doing something, then that's a conversation starter.
Mm-hmm.
It's am I doing this right? What are you doing? Can I have a look at that?
Yeah.
They're conversations. I think sometimes people think, if I just drink,
Mm-hmm.
I'll magically turn into someone else who's got loads of conversation points.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite work like that, does it?
No, and different events that we've done before, we've had workshops going on, and a lot of people will come on their own, and it's a bit nervous, especially when you go to things like networking events and you don't want to just go over to someone and talk straight away. So I think doing workshops is like a really good way of like just sitting down, and then you can just be like, oh yeah, like you said, what are you doing there? Oh, that looks good. And then it's just a good way of starting conversations.
My pre-uni banter was pretty poor, What course are you on?
Yeah.
I'm on this course. Where are you living? Whitendale Hall. Oh, I'm next to you. Right, great.
End of conversation.
Where are you from originally? Oh, Guernsey. Lovely. I don't know any knowledge about Guernsey. And you couldn't even Google it on your phone. That was the problem. Google interesting things about Guernsey. Oh, right. And then you mentioned Bergerac. I don't even think that was on Guernsey. This is taking place this coming Thursday at the Jacaranda Phase 1. That's 40 Seal Street in Liverpool City Centre, focusing on mental wellbeing for students. But you're not going to go in there thinking, this is a mental wellbeing session. What are you actually going to see? What's the environment going to be?
So we would do, when I was mentioned about the workshops, we're going to trial a new thing. It's called speed making. So basically we'll have 3 or 4 different stations, and people will go to one station and they'll get taught really quickly how to make something, and then we'll have someone on a megaphone. You go, quick, change places, and you have to go really quickly, and then so it's going to be quite fast and like fast paced and a bit fun and stuff like that. So again, just making it not very serious and stuff. Want people just have a good time.
What sort of stuff?
We're going to be doing like illustrations, stuff like that, banner making, making like little stress balls, like just things like that.
Excellent stuff. And then you've got live acts as well. Is this going to be purely music, or is this going to be about creative arts?
So we after the workshops, it will just be music after that. Phase 1 is very big on like live music and stuff, and well, obviously Liverpool is as well. So I think it'll be a great opportunity for like people who are quite new to the city as well, getting to know different bands and stuff. So yeah.
Excellent stuff. And this kicks off from Thursday. Is it something you're going to hopefully have as a regular event taking place?
I really hope so. Definitely going to see how this one goes. But it'd be amazing if we built up like a bit of a rapport and had the same people coming each time and different people and stuff as well. So, and I'd love to like try it in different venues and different formats and stuff. So definitely think I'll do it again. We've
got Niamh Mitchell with us in the studio from Small Steps Events. They've got their event at the Jacaranda this coming Thursday, the 17th of October, 40 Seal Street in Liverpool City Centre as well. There's an entry fee to it. It's a £5, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Is there I'm going to say danger. Danger's not the right word. Is there a chance that people will go, oh yeah, we quite like this. This is an alternative which people might look for on a weekly basis. That might look for something more regularly, if you like.
Yeah, I definitely hope so. Weekly. I don't know.
What I'm saying is, it might prove itself to be very popular.
Well, I hope so. I do really hope so. Yeah. I think I'd probably like to do it like each term. As students, I think weekly would be a little bit too much, but we'll see. Yeah.
No, absolutely as well. And in terms of sort of the mental well-being of students as well, are those sort of 18, 19-year-olds maybe coming to university for the first time, are they mindful of their mental health? Is that conversations that you've had that you've got a generation of young people coming through who kind of get with the mental health program a little bit more than the older lot?
I think it's definitely becoming more of a thing you talk about. But I think, I personally think from my experience being in uni, you're in college, people know you by name, and you'll have a lot of help and stuff like that. And then you go to university, and it's kind of like you are just like another person and a number. And I think, you know, you go through such a big change. So say a lot of people move to different cities. Like we mentioned, you're drinking, you're not eating very well, and then obviously that's going to like have an effect on your mental health. And so I think, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely gonna have an effect, and there's not enough help for you and everything in uni. So I think, yeah, this is what we're trying to do.
And I guess it's about, you know, the student offer as well, that it's not just about, you know, the drinking sessions, which some students will go for, and that's kind of like fine. But actually, if you go, oh, well, there's also events like this, I think it makes the city a little bit more attractive, doesn't it?
Definitely,
that you think, well, either I don't drink, or I don't drink heavily, or I don't drink like a rugby team. Nobody drinks like a rugby team. In fact, rugby teams don't drink like rugby teams. I'm sure they're just acting like that just to try and make themselves feel better about themselves. That was my experience during student life. But actually, they might go, well, actually, I'll do something like this. I'll do something which involves making something, but within that, still within the social environment.
Yeah. Definitely hope so. And, you know, we want it to be a thing of people, say if they're on their own, they're like, right, I haven't met friends from my course, I haven't met, you know, because it's possible. And no one really warns you about that when you go to uni as well. Everyone's like, you're going to meet loads of new people, it's going to be amazing. But then that's not necessarily what happens all the time. You know, people will already have their group of friends, or you might just not click with people and stuff as well. So yeah, we want someone, say if they're struggling to meet friends, to come to this, come on their own, and then meet new people, and, you know, they'll have things in common, you know, art, music, being creative.
Might both be from Guernsey.
Yeah, you never know. But no, we'll also have different charities there on the night as well.
Oh, good stuff. Who's on board?
So you know, just to give people a bit, you know, if they're looking for a bit of advice, you know, seeking something like that as well.
There you go, that's Niamh Mitchell. Small steps at the Jacaranda Phase 1. This is Thursday the 17th of October in Liverpool City Centre. Doors from 7pm. Tickets available on the doors as well. Wanted to give the Choir with No Name a mention on this week's Mental Health Monday. They have got a single out now. It's a version of This Is Me. We're going to invite them on for a full show, so I don't want to give away too much of the story now, but it works with people affected by homelessness. Big mental health vibe as well. choirwithnoname.org. Also announced on World Mental Health Day, which we're wrapping up as part of this week's Mental Health Monday, the Homeless Games, which is organised by a gent called Eric Houghton, is coming back, and it's coming back to Liverpool in April of 2020, and sport has played a huge part in a lot of people's recovery, not just from the physical issue of homelessness, but also the way back from a mental health point of view. And Eric set out how sport had helped him as he sets up the Homeless Games coming to Liverpool next year.
My tool to recovery was football. I was so passionate when I was a kid growing up. I turned to the alcohol, and then obviously I reversed it back and went back to my football, and that was my saviour. And it was about providing something along my journey. It was like I thought about, you know, what we could do for other people who didn't necessarily like football. But it's not just about the football or the sport. It's about what people excel at. And I think if you can give someone something, what they love, what they're passionate about, to focus on, that is the sort of key to take them away from whatever life they've had. Well, I wouldn't say a life, it's more of an existence when you're in that place.
So when it comes around to that weekend in April next year, the sort of people who are getting involved, what experience are they having now, you know, in October 2019? Where might they be in their lives at the moment? What sort of things might they be going through?
Well, obviously, see, for me, it was depression. Depression took me to where I went, and that was because of bereavement within the family. But the thing about it, Mick, is it can be anything. Your life can be going swimmingly well, and then something just triggers and can take you down the wrong road, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, with depression, I thought I could sort of run away from the depression using alcohol. And in the end, what I was doing was using alcohol to drink to oblivion, to blank the world, basically, because I didn't want to be here at that time. And it was only because I got the opportunity to play in a Homeless World Cup. And me football, getting back to me football, that was the tool to my recovery. And it was that opportunity, getting that opportunity.
Is that why you're so passionate about things like this, that actually you have benefited directly from somebody saying, you know what, here's a chance, come and take a chance on us, and now you're providing that opportunity
I just
to
think
other people?
Yeah, because I mean that is the ripple effect of it. People come into recovery, and the way forward for me, when you've gone down that road, is to give that advice and try and speak to people, you know, and try and stop them from going there. And if they are on that road, try and take them to a better place and give them opportunities to do something else.
Eric's story on Radio City Talk. What we'll do, we'll invite Eric back before the end of the year and do a full Mental Health Monday with him, as we will with the Choir with No Name, but I wanted to give them a mention because they were involved on the programme for World Mental Health Day. There's still loads of stuff online about this year's World Mental Health Day, and as ever we say, if you've been affected by any of the issues we've raised on the programme, you can find mental health services close to you using the mental health database, the Hub of Hope. Type in your postcode and it'll find services close to you. You can also filter to find the right service as well. You can check that out, hubofhope.co.uk. Don't forget as well, we mentioned the Shout network as well. Their system and service is up and running. Text SHOUT to 85258 if you feel like you're in a crisis, and you'll be connected via text to one of their volunteers. Shout to 85258. It's Radio City Talk, Mental Health Monday, every Monday.
Mental Health Monday with Mick Coyle.
Radio City Talk.